All right. So here's the scenario, right? You're a videographer, freelance videographer, and you're struggling. You're struggling in business. You're struggling to get clients. Listen, I've been there. I'm there. Like it happens all the time, right? Like we're always looking to grow. Sometimes it's difficult. There's certain months to do better than the others. And we wonder about like how we can actually make this a sustainable living at times. I know I've been there. I know what that feels like. But let me challenge you in this other area that is not so common. When you hear other types of video owner guys or whatever, they'll tell you all these other things, how to make more money. But what I want to tell you is how to actually manage your money. If you actually learn to manage the money that you do have, it will help you. It will help you and assist you in your overall growth. And this is one that I think a lot of people, and this is one that a lot of people overlook. At the end of the day, you're a creative entrepreneur. You're out there selling your vision and your ideas and your impact and all that stuff. Who wants to sit down and manage spreadsheets and track, profit and loss statements and all these kind of things? I know for myself, like for a long time, like I didn't want to do none of that, right? And my business suffered because of it. It wasn't until just a few years ago that I actually started. It wasn't until just a few years ago that I actually started. It wasn't until just a few years ago that I actually changed my perspective on this and started tracking things a lot more closely. And I'll tell you what, you find certain things and you also give yourself a layer of accountability. Can I afford this right now? Is this going to contribute to the overall growth of the company that I'm growing? And also too, I think here's a good tip, is build your business in a way that you would want to sell it. In other words, build it in such a way by keeping proper records and making sure everything is managed properly, that if somebody wanted to buy it, you could show them everything that would show the health of the business. This is how much income, this is where it goes, this is how much is allocated to this and that, these are our assets. Knowing all of that is extremely important to growing your business. I cannot stress this enough. Even talking about things like taxes and all this other stuff, which is in our industry is incredibly horrible. Like most people ain't even paying taxes. And that's just bad. Or they're writing off all their profit so that they can avoid paying taxes at the end, which I've been guilty of doing that as well. These are bad habits that are going to hinder the growth of your business. And so instead of looking for always like, how can I make more money? Which is kind of the attractive way to approach that problem. I know I'm guilty once again. Look at how can I manage the money better so that I can make better financial decisions. And I can also have an overview of the overall health and trajectory of the business. This is extremely important for growing any business, but specifically and especially the video production one.